Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. I'm laughing because the content or the topic of this video is just so ridiculous, so insane, so stupid. You notice how these establishment goons, these talking heads, these shills, whenever their back's against the wall, they always kind of revert to the same defense mechanisms. It's always the same cheap propaganda tactic over and over again. And oh, how these establishment clowns have their backs against the wall right now and how they are panicking. We've been talking about it for the last couple of days that Kevin McCarthy has released 41,000 hours of January 6th security camera footage to Tucker Carlson, his producers, his staff. Well, the same establishment talking point is resurfacing. I guess we could sum it up with an old movie quote. The American people want the truth, well, you can't handle it. Or somehow, transparency once again is a bad thing because national security, or I don't know, some nonsense like that. It's the same argument that we see from these deep state actors all the time. A free speech is bad because, extremism and conspiracy theories. You can't handle free speech. You want online privacy and privacy on your devices, secure devices and data that we can't snoop on. You can't handle privacy. You don't deserve it because, of course, national security, your safety, and total state control usurps personal and individual privacy rights. That tends to be the argument. Well, that's essentially what they're saying in their unhinged reactions to Tucker Carlson receiving the January 6 footage of the January 6 tapes. Let me show you guys exactly what I mean by that. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. Alright folks, so the mainstream media meltdown over basic transparency begins. Mike Pence ex-spokesperson, Alyssa Farah Griffin of course is who they're referring to, fake planted opposition token Republican, phony Republican, on ABC's The View, claims allowing Tucker Carlson to have January 6 tapes could enable another 9/11.
So exactly how dangerous is it to let Tucker Carlson reset the narrative on January 6th? Go ahead.
I think it's twofold. So this raises huge safety and security concerns for the Capitol. So I worked in the Capitol for many years. There are underground evacuation points. There are safe rooms. We even have rooms to protect for like biochemical attacks where you can go and safely be housed. This will also reveal where video cameras are stationed in the Capitol. So as a Republican, like we always say, we back the blue. Will you just expose the entire Capitol and undermine the Capitol Police and their safety precautions for something like a January 6th were to ever happen again, or something like 9/11 where the Capitol was targeted?
And this is a talking point that actually MSNBC is trying to justify as well.
The reason we've only seen Nancy Pelosi first removed from the floor and then next see her in a room secured and safe is because we were not supposed to see the movement from the floor to the room because it would expose the safe room and the route that Capitol Police have established to take someone safely away and put them in a safe place. Those are the kinds of security concerns that could be exposed here if it's handled irresponsibly. And Fox News, Tucker Carlson have a track record of not handling such things in an honest, good faith effort. The other concern, of course, obviously, is the security concerns that arise from false conspiracy theories. We know they are dangerous. We know they lead to violence. And so if, for example, this host on Fox decides to play only things that indicate or allow him to blow up conspiracy theories. Oh, look, that looks like a Fed. Oh, look, it looks like someone instigated this. Oh, look, there's an hour of people doing nothing peacefully. If that keeps going forward and it's ginned up into the notion that all the prosecutions are witch hunts against people who were violent January 6th, then it could really pose a danger and a threat.
We should expect no less. I mean, one of my concerns here is that this footage actually, I believe, belongs to the American people. This is property of the U.S. government. So I don't see any justification for only releasing that footage to Tucker Carlson. So I think, one of my concerns as a journalist is, okay, let's make sure that we can have legitimate news organizations who actually function as news organizations with all of the responsibilities that journalism entails. Let's have all the rest of us take a look at this footage, and before we release it, make sure that there are no security concerns. That's a process that regularly takes place in most journalism organizations. And that's not to withhold key information from the public, but that's to make sure that we're, of course, addressing the security concerns that Frank is laying out. That's a regular practice. Fox News doesn't really engage in regular news practices. And that's not actually an issue of partisanship of far right or far left. That's just the reality of them not acting as a news organization does. They're not known for presenting facts. They're known for playing with them and often dispersing propaganda, and in this case, conspiracy theories. That's extremely dangerous, but I also just want to stress that's not journalism.
Oh, isn't that rich? Tucker Carlson apparently has a history of dishonesty. Let's have the typical interaction with these leftoids. Well, leftoids, please provide examples of Tucker Carlson's history of dishonest reporting. Oh, wait, right, you don't have any examples. You just say that as a blanket statement with basically no evidence or no sources whatsoever, nothing to back up your claim, and expect the people to eat it up. Then, of course, the truth finally slips during that same MSNBC segment.
This footage actually, I believe, belongs to the American people. This is property of the U.S. government. So I don't see any justification for only releasing that footage to Tucker Carlson.
Ah, I see what the grievance is. It's not that Tucker Carlson is gonna start another 9/11 or the grave national security risks. They're just annoyed that Tucker Carlson got the footage and they didn't. Oh, you poor little media babies. You won't be able to grift views and ratings off the January 6th footage. And I mean, speaking of dishonesty, MSNBC is literally lecturing us that Tucker Carlson is most likely gonna misrepresent the facts because he's currently doing a documentary on the piece. No, Tucker Carlson is going to clear the record because you fake news hacks have a history of so deeply distorting the facts on nearly every major political event or scandal. You're sad that finally someone else is in control of the narrative, and not you poor little babies. The earlier MSNBC clown has already started the gaslighting battle. Oh, they're gonna peddle more false conspiracy theories. Notice how he attached the word false as a prefix to conspiracy theory? Yeah, real honest journalism there, a real honest man of integrity, really trying to get to the truth. Unable to even be intellectually charitable enough to even grant the likelihood of possible validity of other people's statements. So he attaches false conspiracy theories because, as we know, in the history of American politics and culture, every government conspiracy theory ever spawned has been false. These aren't honest takes. These people are paid deep state shills. The top media executives working in government's interest pass a document down, and everyone working for all of these networks has to push the same talking point. We've seen countless examples of exactly that. It's not a coincidence that now all of a sudden CNN, ABC, CBS, MSNBC, every single left-wing network is saying the exact same thing. It's a national security concern. We're gonna see video footage of the exact path that they took Nancy Pelosi as they brought her to the secure zone. It's an outrage. Oh, my Tucker Carlson, my disinformation. Oh, those false conspiracy theories. It's a lot of noise, a lot of blah blah. It's going in one ear, coming out the other, at least for me. At the end of the day, what Mara Gay said earlier is where I stand.
This footage actually, I believe, belongs to the American people.
This footage belongs to the American people. And so, you know what? After Tucker Carlson's done with it, after he's done doing his little segments, how about this? How about release the 41,000 hours of CCTV footage to the American people? Real transparency. Of course, that'll never happen. But imagine how hard the leftist narrative would fall if the internet sleuths at 4chan got their hands on this footage. Clearly, that's exactly what's worrying them here. They don't want you to see clips like actually this one that just surfaced.
They set us the that's what they did. They set up 64. Oh, absolutely. And then they asked y'all to come 2 hours later. They set us up. They needed everybody right away.
Capitol police officers on the day itself stating, quote, "They set us up." Oh, of course, Nancy Pelosi and all the deep state goons don't want you to see that. They don't want you to know that that exists. They don't want you to see more of it. And so the gaslighting project begins. Quick, issue the talking points. You can handle the truth. Well, I think what most patriotic Americans are thinking or responding to that is, really? Try me. Anyways, I'll hold back. I'll refrain from making any more comment. I'll hold back the rest of my opinions, and we'll have to see Tucker Carlson's report. That's what I got for you guys on this one. If you enjoyed the video, then leave a like and possibly subscribe to the channel if you guys feel like joining us here or want to support the work that we do at the Liberal Hive Mind. That's what I got for you guys. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you on the next one.